Okay.
Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Brian, the owner of Libertyville Wellness Group, where we do chiropractic, physical therapy, medical massage, and we help people lose weight. And today I'm here with Mark Paiser, co-owner of Lake County Movers right in Gurnee, Illinois. Him and his team have actually helped me move more times than I can count at this point. Personally, he's moved me 3 times, and then he also helped move our business more recently. So he's agreed to come on and give us some moving tips, ideas, suggestions, and then also go over some ways that him and his team can help you in these weird times. So how long have you been in the moving business, Mark?
Hey, Dr. Brian. Yeah, this is my 32nd year. So
That's
started
awesome.
in high school and worked on the trucks through high school and college. And I actually joined my uncle and I bought in 1991. So here I am.
Okay, that's a really good run. Lake County Movers has been based in Lake County for its entire existence as well, which would make sense by its name.
Yeah, it was actually started in Waukegan in 1929. So we're actually the 3rd different family that generationally has owned it. I'm 50-50 partners now with my cousin. My uncle has since retired, but that's where we are now.
Okay. So lots of people need more space. They need more space in their house. They need more space in their basement because they are now at home more than they have ever been at home in their lives for multiple reasons. So could you go over some tips and suggestions for what boxes to use, how to pack boxes correctly, and we'll kind of start there.
Sure. Well, that's a good question, Doc. The key to packing boxes is using the right box. You don't want to pack a bunch of books in a giant box because that is going to collapse. Some people do attempt that, but we do a lot of packing, so we're very well versed in it. But particularly when it comes to fragiles, you want to use a good sturdy box. And not many people know, but on the bottom of every box is a crush-proof rating. Some boxes are better than others. You can buy cheap boxes which are very thin, but when you start to pack fragile things, that's where you want to use like what we call a dish pack, which is a tri-wall box. And of course we use bubble wrap paper and that thing, so you can't use too much of that.
Okay. So is there an order of operations? Let's say I was trying to plan a move for this summer. What things would you recommend they pack first? What would you save for last, maybe even the day of? What order would you suggest people kind of go in?
Sure. Well, I would just start with the places and things you don't need every day. Since the last time you moved in, those boxes you put in the crawl space are probably still there. So start with that, maybe get rid of a few things. I've got a few of those boxes in my basement too, but just things you don't need. And a lot of realtors will like the customers to kind of clear the clutter and kind of stage it. So those are good things you haven't used in a while, in closets, basements, garages, and just leave the everyday things as you get closer to your move day to start working on that. But I tell people if you have 100 boxes to pack and you've got 30 days to do it, divide that up, and 5-6 boxes a day doesn't seem like that big of a deal, right?
I'm much more in the procrastination land there. Get it all done right at the end, but as long as it gets done before the day of, it all works out.
Yeah, you're not alone.
So your guys move so fast when they're in a house, like safely, but it's amazing how much load they move. How do you train them to load trucks so quickly and safely and effectively? I have quite a bit of stuff in the clinic. So how do you go through that process?
Well, you learn, you learn on the job too. I mean, we do have training, but there's nothing like being out there and learning from a seasoned veteran. When I first started, I had a couple of guys that really showed me the ropes, and especially when it comes to loading the truck, that person really needs to be skilled in knowing how to stack things and pad and wrap things and load accordingly. And of course we have equipment, dollies and that. It's, when you can put it on wheels, that's why God made wheels, is what we say. So, but it's a process to learn moving and also packing the boxes for sure.
So I know pre this crisis, you and your team did a phenomenal job laying out protective things for rugs and or booties and all kinds of things. That was pre this crisis. So what are you doing now to both keep your team members safe and then your customers safe as well?
Sure. No, good question. It's definitely a strange time. We've had to educate our guys. When the crisis first started, we weren't really quite sure how customers wanted us to deal with it. I mean, a lot of customers were actually very frightened. Uh, the customer, they range in opinion on how serious they want us to take it. There's no doubt, but we definitely wear the mask now. We all wear masks, gloves. The key to our business is that we're maintaining the social distancing. So when the weather is nice now too, a customer can wait outside the door and just direct us inside the house, tell us where they want it. We've been staging staging boxes, for example, in customers' garages, and then they'll move them later. Just really limiting the distance between us and the customer. It's a business where you can do that. So minimum crew size. It's really kind of just setting the expectations for the customer and letting them know that we understand it's a crazy time, and we'll comply to your wishes, whatever you need us to do.
And then you also do a pretty cool charity project. Can you guys walk the viewers through what you're doing there?
Well, every year we do the Christmas for our church. We deliver about 5 truckloads of gifts for Catholic charities. It's really an amazing thing. We've been doing it about 20 years. So that's been really fun, and it just makes you feel good about it. We also delivered some boxes over to the Illinois Food Bank the other day because, those folks are really hurting over there too. So we're always looking to do things like that, Brian.
Yeah. And then you're also willing to help come pick up donatable objects, washers, dryers, big objects that they can come pick up and then take to the charity of your choice. Obviously, there's charges involved in all that, but if you need assistance moving larger objects, it's definitely the guy to call. So in the with the need for space, where people need more space, you also have a mobile storage option. So could you walk them through what your mobile storage option is, how that would work, what are some options for it?
Sure, Brian. Yeah, in 2007, we started a mobile storage, like a pod business. We call it My Box, but we have about 100 boxes currently that we can deliver to your driveway. They're fully weatherproof. You can fill them, or we can fill them. We can get it out of there, bring it back to our warehouse, and bring it to your new house. A lot of people just keep them on site too, if they're redoing their floors, for example, or doing some reconstruction. They can just put everything in their driveway, in the pod, the My Box, and call us when it's empty, and we'll come and pick it up. So, in follow-up to your question about donations, we have started a new division just for that reason, Brian. Last couple of years, we've been getting a lot of calls from customers that can't get donation places to come out. So we call it donation relocations, and it just provides that service that I think is needed. Right now, it's kind of tough because a lot of the donation places are not open. So what we've been doing for some of our customers is picking the items up because they've got to get out of their house, and we've just been storing them until these places open up. So definitely strange time. Yep.
Okay. How many trucks do you guys run? How big of a business are you, I guess, for those that don't know you quite as well?
Yeah, we've got 15 trucks, all various sizes. So, but most of our business is local. We do a lot of storage. We have 2 big warehouses that we do climate controlled storage in also, for people that maybe sell their house a little too quickly, can't get into the new place yet. It seems to be happening more often right now. Yes.
Okay. Uh, and then as we transition out of this into the summer, which is typically the moving busy season, how much lead time is an ideal to get a mover, especially a professional mover?
Yeah, typically between Memorial Day and Labor Day, we do about 60% of our business. So it gets a little crazy in the summer, but it's hard to say with this summer, Brian, because the last couple of summers we've hit capacity on a few weeks, especially with our long distance fleet. So we're predicting about a 30% decline in business this summer, but it will still be our peak season. So to answer your question, uh, the more notice, the better. But typically, the last week of each summer month, May, June, July, and August are the busiest weeks for us. So if you're going to be moving in those last weeks of the month, that's when all the closings are, leases are up. So definitely want to have maybe 2 to 3 weeks at least for booking. Yep, notice.
And then you've talked a lot about how to avoid some of the bad actors out there. There's a lot of movie companies that they're not even companies. There's two guys that might have a vehicle that would work. How can you walk people through how to avoid that situation and what kind of makes your business a little different than just picking somebody off of eBay or anywhere else where they're advertising?
Right. Craigslist is a big no-no too. I mean, there's like 600 movers on there, and there's only 300 licensed movers in the whole state of Illinois, for example. But the internet has spawned a lot of these bad guys, particularly. They can just put up a website and call themselves ABC Moving, and they'll collect a deposit for a move, and you'll never see them again. So what I recommend is just, do your research, do your homework on a company. This company is going to have all your worldly possessions, in their hands. And if they drive off and never come back, it happens. Not often, but it does. So you can call the Illinois Commerce Commission, uh, they Better Business Bureau. Just do some research. Just don't click online and give someone a deposit. You should never give anybody a deposit for moving. It's not required. So that's always a red flag.
And then, so you kind of explained to me a few different times the difference between local and long distance moving. Could you walk our viewers through what the difference is in terms of cost and how it works with your business? Because you're not going to be necessarily on both ends of it if it's a really long distance because you have a network, correct?
Correct. So yeah, local moving is done by the hour. So depending how many men and how long it takes is that's how the pricing's done, by the hour. When you go interstate, it's done by weight and mileage. So typically, if you were moving to California and you didn't fill the whole truck up, we would work with our other Beacons and Wheaton agents to keep the truck full as it goes across the country. So you only pay for your portion of the truck, in other words. So um, again, getting back to doing estimates, we pride ourselves in doing in-home estimates, which right now has been a little crazy too. We've been doing a lot of videos and kind of FaceTiming some customers that aren't comfortable with us coming out, but that's the only way to be accurate. So again, if you have a mover that doesn't want to come out and do an in-home survey, another red flag.
Yeah, because there's a lot of difference between having, barely anything in your two-bedroom house versus having two kids in your two-bedroom house. There's gonna be a lot more stuff.
Right. And they
Well,
might forget to show you the basement full of, whatever. Oh, I forgot to
things.
show you that. So
Yeah. So you've been in business for a really long time. You've obviously had some ups and downs in that time, I'm sure. So any words of wisdom for other business owners, other people during these crazy times? Anything you would like to instill on them?
yeah, well, this time reminds me a lot of, like 2009, 2010, 2011, because we go as the housing market goes. So you remember that time when nobody could sell their house, and it was scary. Yeah, we actually, I guess if one good thing came out of it, Doc, was that we looked at every single expense that we had and just got as lean and mean as we could to survive. So a lot of movers did shut their doors during that time, but we were able to weather it out, fortunately. And I think we're kind of in the same time now. I mean, the interest rates are at record lows, but you got 30 million people out of their, filing for unemployment, and if someone is not comfortable or the mortgage company isn't comfortable with someone's employment, they may not give them that loan, or the customer may not feel comfortable going out and purchasing a new home. So
Yeah, uncertain times don't work well for anybody, but
right.
I do appreciate your time. So let's kind of go over how to get a hold of you. So what is your guys' business phone number?
Yeah, I'll give you our main number, Doc. It's 847-623-3329. And my cell phone, I'll give you that too, because I'm out of the office quite a bit on estimates and that. 847-878-5739.
And then what is your guys' website?
LakeCountyMovers.com.
Very simple. I like it.
Yeah.
And then your email address?
You can just send it to LC, like Lake County, mover at AOL.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your time. Please, everyone, like, comment, share this video. Give Mark and his company a like on their business page as well. They do an excellent job. I can't recommend them enough. They're careful, they're courteous, they're speedy, and he's given me 4 or 5 bids now, and every single time we were able to get out quicker because I was prepared, and then he adjusted down. So he's a very honest person. So I can't thank him enough. Thank you, your team enough, and make sure you guys give him a shot. So have a great day. I'll have some more information for you all later in the week on what else I'm going to be doing. But thanks again for tuning in, and have a great day.
Thanks again, Dr. Brian. Really appreciate it. Have a good day.